Hello, ladies. Thank you so much for jumping on. My name is Laurel Huston. I am the founder of Reflections Inside and Out and the creator of body mapping. I just got back from a weekend at a conference and I saw a really big trend that I wanted to share with everyone. So really quick, some of you I met at the Energy Healing Conference, so if I actually got to meet you in person, tell me hello. It was so amazing to be with people and to share in everybody's energy. For those of you, if this is the first video that you're watching of me, my name is Laurel Huston. I am the creator of body mapping and the founder of Reflections Inside and Out. And at the conference that I just spoke at, I spoke a little bit about body mapping. And for those of you that are new to body mapping is something I created. It is a combination of body language, anatomy and physiology, energy healing, inspiration, and 20 years of working with thousands of people. And I put it all together, and every part of your body can be measured with another part of your body. So when things are in proportion or out of proportion, it tells me something about you. And hey Holly, oh my goodness, I miss you so much. So one of the things that I noticed is that right now, so I'm at this energy healing conference and dozens of speakers, several dozen vendors, and I kind of walked around a little bit and I noticed the vendors and the speakers that were doing really, really well. And I noticed the vendors that nobody was really interested in, and the classes that had a really low attendance. And I started speaking with people and I went, what is it that people are really here for? And I had the opportunity to work with a couple dozen people. I did mini sessions at the conference, and I noticed after about the third person, there was a very consistent theme. And here's what's kind of crazy about that. So at the conference, I had my body mapping cards, and I would just hold them out and I'd say, pick 2, 3, 4 cards, whatever I felt intuitively that they needed to pick. And they would pick their cards, and I would look at the card, and if they got an arm, then I would explain to them about their arms and if they had anything going on with them, and help them work through that. But really, the question everybody had on their mind, and really the question that everyone at this conference was looking for, was, I don't even know who I am anymore. So many people right now are feeling so lost. They have so many people telling them what they do and do not believe. They're in fear, they're in scarcity, they're in all this panic and worry, and it's not for the reasons we think. It's not for what's going on externally. It's because it's made so many people question internally. What is it that I'm searching for? Am I going to be able to fulfill the purpose that I once thought was so important? What matters to me anymore? And all of a sudden my time has been so reworked and reworded that I don't even know if I'm using my time properly. So after meeting with hundreds of people at this conference, really all most of them are looking for is, what the hell am I supposed to be doing right now? And I don't even know who I am anymore. So how many of you can relate to that? That either you or someone that you are close to is all of a sudden feeling lost, and not for the reasons we think, that all of a sudden though we slowed down long enough for us to go, what does matter to me? And now you have people of all ages and stages of life having just these crises because they're like, I don't know who I am. And it's one of the reasons why, there are 2 reasons why I started teaching body mapping. 1, I wanted to help people know and understand themselves better. And 2, I wanted women to start looking and loving and accepting their bodies at a newer level. And so as I taught these classes, the class I taught, it was called For the Love of Sex, Money, and Self. And there were about a half a dozen men in there, and the other 200 chairs were filled with women, which is pretty common. And I had one of the men come up to me afterwards, and he said, if I'd have known this 7 months ago, it would have saved my marriage. And I said, well, it's not too late. And he said, no, it is. We got a divorce and we don't talk anymore. And I wish that I'd have known this before. So what is it that he wished he'd have known before? I was talking about masculine and feminine energy. I was talking about the fact that in relationships, women aren't rejecting their partners. They're rejecting their own bodies. They're rejecting their own loss of identity. They are wondering if they matter. But do we blame the other person? Oh, so much all the time. So I was able to speak to a lot of people and help them to see what it is what it is they're actually searching for. Who am I? What am I even supposed to be doing right now? Everything in life has been turned upside down, and I realized that my priorities were too. So that is something that I wanted to share, because there are so many people in this group that the reason you joined this group was either you loved energy work and you were searching for something that helped you to change your relationship with your body, maybe with your partner or with your children, and you're finding value in these videos, and that's why you keep watching them. That's why you keep showing up, and I love that you keep showing up, and I love that you're continuing to find value in these. But a part of this is I started doing these videos for free so that other people who maybe couldn't afford into my upper level programs or into my monthly subscription, that they could still have a place that they could come and say, okay, I can now appreciate my arms more. I don't love them yet, but I can now appreciate them in a new way. I can now accept why they look the way they look. So that's one part of this, because I didn't realize how many people were searching for it, actively searching to find meaning in their own lives. And they're not finding it in a book, and they're not finding it in their family. So many people right now are asking themselves the question, who am I? And some of you have, you have your answer. I am this, I am this, I am this, I am this. But what is it doing for you? That's why I'm posting these videos. I want you to be able to say, oh, wow, I'm really very compassionate. And because I'm so compassionate, I want to help other people. But I don't have the boundaries or know how to do it. And so I just get into fixer mode, and I take everybody under my wing. And so my arms are creating wings, and because it's so much for me to handle, then my belly is creating extra capacity for me. And because I have so much of everyone else's energy in me, I don't recognize myself anymore. So most of the people that I met with in these mini sessions, regardless of the body part, when it got down to it, what they needed to hear was, you are allowed to let go of everyone else's stuff. You are allowed to just be you, and that doesn't make you selfish. I have spent the last 4 presentations that I did, we got on the topic of self-care. And everyone loves to talk about self-care, but I am so tired of hearing this. You can't fill other people's cup if you have an empty pitcher. Well, that is correct. You can't. But more importantly, because these women are like, well, I have to fill my pitcher so I can fill other people's. Stop filling your pitcher of water, with the intention of emptying it. You deserve self-care because you are worth taking care of. You don't engage in self-care so that you can then immediately drain yourself of everything you just stored. You are worth taking care of, ladies, because if you are not worth taking care of, you will never discover who you are. No matter how many books you read, no matter how many podcasts you listen to, no matter how many groups you find, you are worth taking care of. So stop filling your cup so you can pour it into everyone else's. Fill your cup so full that people who are next to you get the runoff. Okay? You do not need to empty your cup. And more importantly, you don't need to fill it just so you can fill other people. Now, before I get backlash on this, I love to fill other people's cups. That's why I teach. That's why I do all of the things I do. I'm a mom. But I am so tired of people telling me that the only reason I should fill my cup is so I can pour it into everyone else's. No, I fill my cup because I, as a person, as a human being, not a human doing, matter. And I deserve to feel fulfilled. Okay? And if you are doing all of these things so that you can then just turn around and give it all away, it's one of the reasons why you don't feel fulfilled. It's one of the reasons why no matter how much time, energy, and money you put into personal and self-development, you're still exhausted. Because the moment your cup gets full, you give it away to everyone else. No, fill your cup so full that if someone is standing next to you, you pour into them with goodness, with love, with prosperity, with abundance. Ladies, you are not a vessel that is just meant to be given away. You are a vessel that is meant to flow and overflow with goodness. Feminine energy is the literal energy that invites people, money, and resources to you. And as I worked in the room and I talked to people and I met with people, that was the overwhelming thing that women needed to hear. And it's not just that, oh, you're worth investing in. Yes, of course you're worth investing in. But one of the reasons why people won't invest in programs, and even in books, even their time into something for free, is because they're afraid that as soon as they get what they want from it, they'll have to give it away to someone else. And that's not truth. You can store up all the goodness that you want and say, okay, I'm going to put so much goodness in there, and I will not let my cup get more than this empty. Because then when someone hands me 16 more ounces of water, it fills me up and runs over. Not because I'm overwhelmed, but because I have so much good that I have plenty to share. Okay, I'm going to take a breath now. Obviously, I'm passionate about this, but ladies, your role is not to fix the world. Your role is to seduce it. Oh, I felt that. Even though I can't see any of you, I felt half of you go, wait, what? Feminine energy is pull energy. It's invite energy. It is seduction energy. It's the energy that says, I don't have to chase you. I don't have to run after you. I can stand right here and know that whether I do more or less, I still have value. I can do less and still be enough. So this is what was happening over and over and over at the Energy Healing Conference. Because I was in a very balanced masculine feminine energy. I was in that inviting energy. When people came to my booth and I have my favorite body mapping crystals and I had them in a kit, never offered them before, never even shared with some of my top clients what my favorite crystals are to get people in body and really in alignment with their body. Put them together. And I when I was prepping them, I didn't know why, but I purposefully individually wrapped each individual crystal so that even if they looked in the bag, they didn't know what crystals they were getting. And when they would say, well, what crystals are in the bag? I would just say, one's to help you get in alignment with your body. They're not chakra crystals, they're body crystals. And I sold almost all of them, actually. And it's not because I convinced someone what they needed. It's because they went, I don't know why, I just know that I need this. It feels right. So what I learned is that, and a lot of people said this, I don't know what it is, but when I'm around you, I feel. Not feel better, not feel good, not feel, but I feel. When you are safe, people will have emotion and they will wake up and they will come alive around you. And they won't know what it is and they won't know why. It's when your cup is full. Not with the intention of emptying your cup so that other people can feel full, but because your cup is so full and constantly overflowing with goodness that they know they can open their cup up and be filled with light and love. So then I would hug people. And I love hugging people. And I don't know why, but my whole life, when I hug people, I would get halfway through the hug and they'd go, ooh, you're a good hugger. And I'd go, okay, I have no idea what that meant. And finally, someone at the conference explained to me why I'm such a good hugger. So as I held her, and she let go, and I squeezed her just one more time. And she goes, oh, you're such a good hugger. And I laughed and I said, I've heard that so many times today. I don't know what makes me a good hug. And she said, after I give you everything I can give, and you give me everything that you can give, when I let go, you give me a little more than I gave you. That's all people are wanting, a little more than what they can give. They don't want you drained. They don't. They want to say, I can give you this much, so you give that much in return, and then just a little bit more. I'm always the last one to let go of the hug. Because people need to know they're safe. And I can be the last person to let go of the hug because I don't ever drain my cup. So many women right now are walking around this world completely drained or only filling their cup because they feel like it is their role to fill everyone up, even if it means that they are unfulfilled. It is a lie. And I spent hours listening to women who wanted to blame, and I'd call them out on it because I don't do blame. And all you're looking for is who you are and what you're supposed to be doing right now. So here's what you're supposed to be doing right now. Filling up your cup. Filling it up with so much goodness, with so much light, with so much love, with so much peace, with so much tranquility, with so much prosperity. P.S. Prosperity and abundance are not the same thing, but that has to be a different video. Filling yourself up with so many good things that when you do have others around you that need, you can give them what they need without it draining you. I know there are lots of people in this group that are also mentors and speakers, and I honor that. But if you are mentoring so that you don't have to fix your own stuff, then you are draining your clients. And this is why interactions with your clients drain you. So I wanted this to be a short video. I actually have a basement full of other people's children. I think every child in the neighborhood in the last 15 minutes has showed up at my house. And every once in a while, if you hear screaming, it's children in my basement. Because I think they're playing hide and go seek down there. Anyways, but I wanted to keep this short because that was a lot. That was a lot of information. And I really do encourage you to watch this video more than once, because if you listening to this, you didn't have an aha, then you weren't listening. I love and am so grateful for those of you that I got to meet in person. There are a couple of you, and it was every single one of you said, I don't know if you'll know me. And as soon as you said my name, I was like, oh, no, I know you from Facebook. So I really do watch. I really do see you. You are seen. You are heard. You are not some faceless name that shows up on my live videos. If you're on here more than once, I look. I see you. I love you. And if you have nowhere else to go, then keep coming here. Because this is a group full of women who genuinely want other women to be loved. So here's the other big thing that happened yesterday. And it's 2:22. Say a prayer, make a wish. Okay. There is a beautiful, huge, divine feminine awakening that is happening. You met my sister. Oh, I did meet your sister. Sorry, squirrel. Okay, so there are so many women right now that are feeling it. They're feeling the pull. They are feeling this, I'm supposed to be more alive than I am right now. And I'm tired of numbing, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do to stop numbing. And you're feeling it. That's why you found me. So you're not crazy. There is a divine feminine awakening that's happening right now. There's a reason you're feeling like you want to be more sensual. There's a reason why women are wanting to be more seen and heard, but not boisterous and obnoxious. They want to be kind and gentle and loving, and they want to be seen and heard for it. You are part of it, and it is exciting and it is fun. And you're going to hear me talk a lot more about feminine energy and the divine feminine awakening, because we need more women that are awake and alive to their spiritual gifts and to the world around them. Because the world needs to heal right now, and feminine energy heals. So I love you all so, so, so much. All of a sudden, there are so many things that just, oh, I love you too. Thank you so much. I hope that there were pieces in this that gave you ahas. I hope there are pieces in this that you're like, someone else has to hear this. Someone else, I need to share this with them. My assistant has gotten so good at posting these on YouTube. So if you know someone that's not really doing Facebook right now, send them to my YouTube channel. I love you ladies so, so much. And right now, it is the moon cycle that we're on. If you are feeling, I don't know who this is for, but right now, if you are feeling like half of the time you're spending awake, you're alive and so full, and all of a sudden you're just like dead, it's because of the moon phase that we're in. And you're not crazy and you're not lazy. You're cycling. Women don't cycle daily, they cycle monthly. And this just happens to be the time of month that people need some rest and recovery. So rest, recover, engage in self-care, not so you can empty your cup, but so that you are so full. The abundance and the prosperity and the love that's coming to you is able to fill everyone around you. I love you.